Alright, Schlockmeister fans, I have no idea what this is. It's a relic from a video store I used to work at years ago. CRUISIN High. Let's watch. That's Eddie. They call him Cat. Cat Merkel.
Those are pretty big letters for such an itty-bitty boy, Cat.
These two are members of the Silks, and that's their leader right there.
Slow down, baby. Baby, baby, slow down.
Alright, our Silks spot a rival gang, or members of a rival gang, the Los Rados or something like that, Latino group. They're stealing some hubcaps and some other things off of this car. And they're in the Silks territory, not good. So you know what's going to happen next.
Hey, these turkeys are ruinas.
After they beat the crap out of them, they steal the stuff from the car instead. After all, it's their territory. This is their gang hideout, I guess.
Those sticks might not take this line down. So let them try some, huh? The sooner the better.
Their leader there in the middle.
You think? You think? Who the hell asked you to think?
I think his name is Punch.
Well, don't.
And he's a jerk.
Look, I don't think we'll give a damn.
Anyway, the Latino gang seeks revenge now after that incident. Here they come with a gun.
They got a gun.
They shoot a few times and it ends in a car crash. Now, although they shot, I don't think they actually hit any of the Silks. However, Cat's going to use this opportunity to take out his own gang leader and blame it on the Latino group.
Hey, man, don't play around.
They all get picked up by the cops, but no charges against them. That's his mom.
Well, did he mention me? Did he say anything to say to me?
He's talking about his big brother Joey, who's getting out of prison soon. Cat is now the de facto leader, and he's going to have revenge on the Latino group.
We're going to get them with their pants down. With their pants clean off. Now, Davila and Garcia did the shooting, right?
So this is crazy. They sneak into the locker room at the other school where the gang members are, and they stab them while they shower. Now the coach at the other school caught a glimpse of the killers as they were leaving. That's Sergeant Taggart from Beverly Hills Cop.
Some of the younger ones? That's right. Mr. Lockett says the ones he saw, only about 14 or 15. Generally, these gangs use the younger kids to do the dirty.
Listen to me, you pimple-faced little creep. You think this is all very funny, don't you? Well, after tomorrow, maybe you ain't gonna think it's so funny. It's murder now, and we got ourselves a witness. We're gonna round up every last one of you little creeps.
The attack took place during school hours, so they're going to threaten the teacher to say that we were in class, weren't we?
You ain't got the message yet, bitch. Let me spell it out for you. Anybody asks, you just remember, Moss and Bright were in class the whole period. You dig?
Now, the coach from their school does come in, and he's able to identify one of them.
See somebody you know?
That's him. That's one of them.
You're sure?
But what's the teacher going to say?
I believe his nickname is Moss. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Of course.
Did he attend your 10 o'clock class yesterday?
Certainly. Why shouldn't he have?
The Silks get into a little heated argument with some of the black groups, too.
That kid he was pushing was a Silk, and we don't screw with no smack.
You don't screw with no smack? You don't screw with no smack? You don't mess with no smack. Okay, man, looky here. I'm gonna let it go this time.
You crazy?
He visits his brother Joey in
I'm walking out of
prison.
here on parole. I so much as get a jaywalking ticket. They'll have my ass back in here till hell freezes. I don't get it. You better well get it. I'm through that shit. And you better be too. Hey, wait a second.
Anyway, later on, the Silks are having a party when the Latino gang attacks. They now want revenge for the two guys that were killed. And they ain't messing around.
Where is Cat? We got something for him. From Davlon and Garcia, where is he?
Cat is retrieved.
Toss him a blade. Come on, catch your balls up. Come on, get it. Come on, you yellow, come on. Come on, get it, come on.
And Cat runs. That's not going to look good with his fellow gang member when he comes back.
It'll be okay.
Well, so what are you looking at? What'd you expect? I was supposed to hang around and let those ruedas waste me? Punch wouldn't have run. Punch was stupid. That's why he's dead.
Cat pays a visit to Claudine, Joey's ex-girlfriend, who is now dating a Latino. The meeting does not end well.
I don't know.
So is Ed going to turn over a new leaf?
For a job. That beating I took the other night taught me a lesson. You're gonna see a different Eddie from now on.
Don't count on a new Eddie, but he's not going to get much support from his fellow Silks.
I want him mashed like a bug on a windshield. Hey, the Silks ain't backing me up?
Damn right.
Since when do you speak for the Silks?
Anyway, he gets a gun. He goes back to that apartment with Claudine and one of the leaders of the Ruedas.
Crazy? What are you trying to do?
And then he attacks Claudine on the couch and kills her. Remember Mr. Blonde in Reservoir Dogs? Well, he doesn't cut the ear off, but he follows through with burning them.
Claudine dead? Along with Carlos Carvanza.
That's Joey. He's got a job now.
He didn't used to get along, as I recall.
Where were you about 10 last night, Joy?
Cat's bragging.
I told you I'd get that Carvanza, didn't I? I told you.
You trying to tell us you did that?
Well, fucking A, who else?
Well, Joey just got out.
The cops come to talk to the teacher,
Police.
and her mom spills the beans.
I wanted to call you from the very first, and she wouldn't let me.
I said, this doesn't concern you.
Call us about what?
The hoodlums that barged in here last week.
You're gonna have to learn to move quicker.
Well, they now start rounding up the guys who were involved in that
I don't get it.
shower room stabbing.
Sweetheart, do you know the alibi you had for the Davila killing? You don't have it anymore.
Joey is convinced that Cat, his brother, killed those two people, including his ex-girlfriend.
Don't, Joey!
So he beats him up, but he isn't actually going to shoot him. He's going to drive away.
We used to have good times together.
Anyway, that night the Silks are robbing a warehouse when the Ruedas show up. And a rumble is afoot. And there is some killing going on.
I've got you now. I'm going to kill you.
Remember how Cat became the leader of the gang? By killing off the gang leader?
Yeah, I wouldn't be here.
Well, then he runs into Bumps.
Stupid son of a bitch, I wouldn't have missed it for the world.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Except this.
Cat's dead. The movie ends with our funeral. And that's pretty much it. Attended by Bumps, nonetheless. All right, let's talk about this movie, Cruisin' High. This is a movie that I had a pre-recorded VHS of this. I picked it up from my video store that I used to work at in the 90s while I was in college. And this is a movie I was wondering, what the hell is this movie? It's not available on DVD, VHS only. I got the DVD-R. I burned it here. When my boss started to sell some of his old tapes, I decided to pick it up because I was always curious about it. Never actually watched it until today. It's been in my collection for 15, 20 years at this point, but finally watched it, burned it onto a disc. So anyway, what we have here is a gang movie, mid-70s. The original title is Cat Merkel and the Silks. Cat Merkel is Ed Merkel. He's the leader of this gang, or he becomes the leader after he kills his own gang leader. And he's the leader, and the Silks are his gang, and they have a feud with the Los Raidos, or I think that's what they're called. They're a Latino group in town. They're all basically high school students. So after he kills his own leader, he pins it on the Latino group, so they have to have some revenge against the Latinos. They go into their high school and go into their locker room and knife a couple guys while they're showering. I'm not sure how they got away with it, but they somehow did, at least for a while. And then the Latinos want to get revenge for that, so they come and break up a party that the Silks are at, and they challenge Cat to a knife fight. And then Cat basically takes off running. He doesn't want anything to do with it. So his own gang thinks he's a wimp now. Eventually he comes back to the gang, and they're like, "Hey man, you suck." And he was like, what was I supposed to do? But anyway, Cat's like, "Hey, look, I'm still going to go get them. I want revenge." And they're like, "Okay, yeah, do whatever you want, buddy." So anyway, he gets a gun, and he's going to go after one of the leaders who is now dating his current incarcerated in prison brother Joey's ex-girlfriend. So he finds where they live, and he shoots the girl in the gut, kills her, and then he ties up the guy, and then he burns him, kind of like Mr. Blonde in Reservoir Dogs. Actually, he followed through, though. So then the Latinos, of course, want revenge for that. So then there's a big rumble at the end at this dockyard where the Silks are trying to steal some TVs from this warehouse. The Latino gang shows up, and a big rumble ensues. There's a lot of fighting. Some people die. And then Cat runs into Bumps, his own gang member, and Bumps pulls out a gun and shoots him. So that's basically what happens in this game. The only way you get to the top is by killing the guy above you. It's kind of like the mafia. So anyway, Bumps is the new leader of the group, and our movie ends with the funeral of Cat, and that's kind of it. I also showed you Cat's brother, Joey, did actually get out of prison, but he didn't want any part of the thug life anymore, and I don't blame him. He spent 4 years behind bars, and he was tired of that life. So there you go. He was actually trying to get his brother, Ed, out of that life. So anyway, that's Cruisin' High. Like I said, it's an obscure little film. I think Vestron put this out. Again, Cat Merkel and the Silks, which sounds like some sort of jazz band from the 60s or something. I don't know. But you know what? I was entertained by this. I actually enjoyed watching this. I'd never seen it before. It's got a couple brief nude scenes in it. Some gore. No, actually, not really much gore. But a couple of violent scenes. People get killed. But I enjoyed it. It's very cheesy, and there's some stereotypical stuff. And the gang, the white gang here, they don't even seem threatening. They just seem sort of comical and cheesy. But whatever. I enjoyed it. It ran a little long, hour and 42 minutes, but not bad. So anyway, check out if you can find this thing. It's called Cruisin' High. It's a strange little film, but let me know if you've seen it. Leave some comments. Watch it. Bye.